Oh, hello. Welcome, welcome.
Thanks. Well,
Yeah, I'm telling the audience.
all right.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Flash Macintosh, Teponics, Iram.
Hello. Welcome, welcome.
Thanks. Right. So let's wait for a little bit, and I will introduce myself. Well,
Yeah, I'm telling the audience.
all right. Cool. Shade, how are you? So, anyway, can hear me right? The song is right. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Well, so. Ahí va, bless, ahí va, disculpa, disculpa. Hello everyone, sorry about that. So, for a lot of people who don't know me, my name is Spectrum. I am basically somehow the animator for PoniesOnline. And I want to show you a few things I have done over the years, being some sort of a closet brownie, like doing on my spare time, doing in secret, but doing my best to make sure that I can someday become at least a well-known animator. I want to participate on later animation for C5, for C5 animations. So I want to show you this little thing, which is what I like to call my demo reel, that we animators we use to get the job in a company, in a studio, something like that. And I want to show you this little demo reel. So is the thing working okay? There's any problems?
Yeah, I can hear the music on the stream. It's good.
Pregúntale a los que están en el chat, ¿funciona bien esto? ¿Hay un cierto retraso? Well, I hope that actually work. So yeah, I started to do animation for a very long time. That was actually one of my demo reels. And well, my whole idea is to someday make like some sort of my own universe of My Little Pony, with a lot of friends of mine, which is pretty much the whole people from Resistance Brownie, and we actually and I actually have worked a long time ago, since I started to join to Resistance Brownie back in last year, and I did my best to make sure that I can work with a lot of different OC from different people. That someday, slowly, I want to make maybe even do like our own mini series, like saying someday. Well, here is a very ugly Applejack, which was one of my first versions. And as you can see here, there are many LCs that I always wanted to do some sort of a big animation. That is some sort of my personal dream. That's why I actually want to help PoniesOnline as much as I can. I want to show some little stuff, some little practice, and maybe animate a little more, maybe do some sort of animation test. So as can you see here, we have. So I tried to do some designs from some people. For example, if you can see right now, there is an OC called Legoshi, which is pretty much very similar to the one from the City of Beastars. And so I tried to do a little pony kind of style, and I tried to do something like we could call C 4.5, like I said before. Um, so one of my biggest missions was always to, and I had to make it like it was mine, like try to make its personality. I also tried to make fun art back in the days. Sadly, I didn't show it for many reasons. Mostly because I'm so sorry. I used to be a closet brownie. Sadly, but yeah, I tried to make some sort of cover for September or Living Thompson for a personal project that I never finished, but I always try to do my best, which pretty much it was called the Cyber Icon Chronicles, that I'm going to show some animations now. That pretty much I tried to develop my own style. This is this is Little Sunrise Heaven, which is pretty much the main OC or Resistencia Brownie, this guy from Argentina, that they're basically awesome. One of the best people I ever met on this moment of my life. And well, I have a kind of chaos in this folder, but as can you see here, even though I know that maybe I do need a lot of practice, I will never deny that. But I try to do my best to make sure that my style has to be a little more original. Don't try to copycat the original style, but at least to give it some sort of personal detail. Like for example, I don't know, like Angel have an extra hair, that ponies could have wings. Pegasi or Alicron, they have a special set of wings. Different color, different style, and I try to do from scratch pretty much using the original series as a factor to pretty much do what the style I was doing in order to create a whole new universe, more to say, that I actually even did some design for some symbols, for some emblems, which is about some sort of a grim, dark kind of fan fiction, which it will fit pretty much the main six fighting against some enemies, which are pretty much an army of demonic chainless. I know it sounds crazy, but I am a crazy person, so and I started to make some sort of test, which is developing this kind of videos. You can see here that I try to make some sort of own style, not only in just the drawing style, but the animation style about this new character, which are pretty much the same character with a different point of view. And with time, what I tried to do was sort of introduction with music, make my me too, um, for this new project. So I hope that you like. I hope that you like it. You can find it on my YouTube channel too. But here we go. Well, as can you see here, this animation, which was a very complicated to be done, doing in my spare time when I have some actually free time, and the music for people who do music or know a little about music is not a 4x4 time, but it's a 5x4 time, which is a kind of different rhythm to make sure I can give some sort of sense of originality also in the when it's about the music writing. Um, and with this animation, with this all the new style, I use it also to practice little details, like for example lip sync, which lead me to slowly working for some other my little per animations, which these little tests that pretty much I don't remember where I found it, but I found some audio, some quotes from the series, and I tried to use them on Trixie in this case.
Anything you can do, I can do better. Well, well, well. It seems we have some naysayers in the audience. It's true, my enthusiastic little admirers. Well, come on. Show Trixie what you've got. The great and powerful Trixie! Was there ever any doubt? Watch in awe.
I know it's nothing so special. It's more like some sort of a practice. But I did this when I started to slowly get into the brownie community, which I end up animating for a project, a community project that was called Elevator. It was pretty much like Doors, but it was a collab with a that I'm going to leave the link in the description or in the comments. That pretty much there was a lot of animator, 2D and free animator who use SVM to make some sort of a history between Trixie and Starlight that they use, ¿cómo estás Rainbow Factory? That they use some sort of a magic button on this elevator that travel them to different universes. And with this, I tried to, hello, to pretty much try to show my little Grim Dagger project. So I hope that you enjoyed this one. It's kinda old, but I still like it. Whoops, this is the animatic one. Give me a second. Sorry about that.
What was that? Where am I? Trixie? Are you there?
Starling, you shall become part of the second crystal empire.
No, no, no! Don't ask.
So yeah, it was a pretty short animation because it was pretty much many animators who did a half a minute animation. Some people did a little more, a little less. That pretty much we try to tell this weird, crazy story about Starlight and Trixie travel to different universe, where they pretty much they have to find a way out. There was supposed to be an elevator too that I actually wanted to make not only 2D animation that I actually tried to make some sort of CF and animation with ponies, which sadly I still didn't work it out. But I did just a little test with a Spanish line, which here it is about Twilight Sparkle, pretty much saying hi to the camera.
Soy Twilight Sparkle.
With her first line, when she speaks to Fluttershy, more or less.
Soy
Uh,
Twilight Sparkle.
it was it was more an experiment that I found this model on Blender. That I have some 3D animation experience. Luckily, I work as a 3D animator. That maybe won't be part of the topic, but I want to show that I actually, as a professional, I work as a 3D animator. That I want to show this with actually have my real name because I actually use this demo reel to try to find a shop in a studio, which I actually work as a 3D animator from different cartoons for Argentina and South America, like publicity, some sort of publicity that it was for Ecuador, and some series that was for Colombia. And I made this demo reel to show my level of experience and, well, to show my style of animation. And I hope that you enjoy it. So yeah, I actually use Prince Whatever music because I think that he's an amazing rock artist, and I hope he doesn't mind. This is not for any commercial use. So all these experiments that I end up doing a lot of characters, both some sort of redesign of the original characters, like this one. This picture I kind of own. They are. I'm not so proud of them anymore, but at least I can say that I made them, which make me very proud to some extent. So gracias, Julian. So there were some very weird designs with this apple bloom that I wanted to make sure that if you see these characters, you were like, are those actually the originals? No, they seem fan made, but they don't respect the color palette and everything. And yes, it's completely intentional. There's people who doesn't like it, and it's compressible. And I mean, not everyone actually likes the same shit, the same stuff. I mean, sorry about that. But I try to, like I said before, to give my own style. To say this is not My Little Pony universe. This is a Spectrum 2 universe. And sadly, the G4 is over. I took so much because I had to work in a lot of stuff in my life. And so I want to move all this style to a C5 that I couldn't make it for today, but I'm working hard to make sure that I can start working on C5 animations. So you see here, there's some weird experiment, like some sort of finish right kind of character with like it's a minotaur. It's a very complex story that maybe someday I'm going to try to make it right, make it right. Sorry about bad joke. And I tried to make only some little detail like Princess Celestia that maybe Celestia in the original series is white, but in the toys is pink. So some sort of try to make try to respect many difference between the different universe and difference between marketing and real the animations, the drawings, and the designs. And in this case, with these were all like the good guys, more or less, who are pretty much the good guys who fight, obviously, against the bad guys. Which in this case, it was a sort of a parody of the Laurel Falls of Sea called Firefly, which is pretty much very similar to her name in her Twitter. That pretty much she's going to be like a sort of secret icon that she's going to be with fighting along the main six to protect her land. Then we have the bad guys, which is pretty much this picture show the bad guys design, which is this guy Vector, which is pretty much me when I get angry when I lose a game of I don't know Counter Strike, to say so. Some sort of dictator kind of pony, which is some sort of uh, demonic changeling biped pony. Yeah, maybe I'm really crazy sometimes. Who use his power to because he, in a very dense way to say it, he wants to bring back the Firefly, which is pretty much a representation of Lara Falls, and turn her into a changeling demonic monster uh, that she is going to fight against the main six. So it's somehow making the main six fighting against something that is even more powerful than Celestia and Luna themselves. Something bigger than them. Yeah, they are not going to lose. Spoiler alert: we all know that bad guys always lose, but what matters is that the bad guys is how they fight, right? So, well, this is some sort of review of my own characters by now, and I only hope that someday I can make this project, and I hope that I don't get some kind of controversy, like saying, "Oh my God, this guy hates falls." No, it's not like that. And well, since um, I couldn't do too much with all this, despite I work a lot. I pretty much PoniesOnline kind of found me because when I worked on the elevator project, there was a guy called Osho Kono. I still don't know how to pronounce his nickname. Sorry, dude. That he used to be an admin here on PoniesOnline, and I don't know. I don't remember if he called me or I just find the server. I don't know. And I tried to make some sort of practice with the characters
Celebrations and dressings,
from
everyone.
the first Ponies Online convention, which pretty much
Salutations and
was
dressings, everyone.
Pixel. This was one of the first stuff I did with these characters, which pretty much I tried to design, some sort of new colors and stuff with this little, oh, sorry, Pixel, this little, background with some color test. Um, Pretty much, I tried to make something that maybe kind of hard to see
Salutations
here,
and
but
dressings, everyone.
that she has some sort of pixels, ironically speaking, like
Salutations and
floating
dressings,
in
everyone.
her hair, in her tail. That that honestly people like it a lot. For some reason, I was like, nobody's going to like it, but for some reason, it has a sort of good reception. And I spoke with Alex that for the people who didn't watch it, I'm going to show you right now. This was the first animation that I made for the second PoniesOnline, that I made in 1 week and a half because it was a very, like everything in my life, a very complicated moment. But I want to show you this animation from last year, which give me this space on PoniesOnline. And first, before I said play, I want to say thanks to Alex, to Dina, to Pat, and to Osho Kona for all this opportunity, and to everyone for who are part of this stuff. So here we go.
MG, I'm super excited!
Pixel, I thought you weren't going to drink cola before this.
I'm sorry, but Ponies Online is back with special guests like Minty Root, Prince Whatever, and Fiora the Tank Girl.
You know, there is still a lot to do. We need our lovely mares and gentlecoats to take part in our con by vending, being a panelist, being a musician, or even a combination of them.
Yes, and it's going to be fun, fun, fun!
We haven't got long. It's on the 13th to the 14th of March, starting 10 a.m. EST.
OMG, feel how close it is.
Don't remind me, or I might panic about all the things left to do.
Don't worry, it will be fine.
Software reboot.
You okay?
Reboot complete. Uprising starts now.
Ah! You're a cyber pony! Ah!
Welcome to Ponies Online, Cyberpunk. You will be assimilated on the 13th and 14th of March. Enjoy your new pony masters.
So that was pretty much my first big animation, to say so, for PoniesOnline. And from there I tried to sell some commission that honestly my last year vendor haul was kinda crappy. And this year I haven't even finished it. I had a lot to work with my schedules and my time. But at least I did a few stuff that I just want to show one of them, that from Resistencia Brownie, who I'm pretty sure that is Kevin Knight, that a little message for the Spanish people. Kevin, si te copas, después hacemos el doblaje de este primer capítulo de Ponies Online, que la verdad que con tu voz garpa, capo. But what we have here, it will be Ponies Online. A little commission that I did for Princess Luna, which is more like some sort of a background animation with original music that pretty much tried to express some sort of that, from my point of view, because one of my favorite characters, My Little Pony, Princess Luna, that the way that she mourns to the moon, like she remembers the 1,000 years that she spent on the moon. So I tried to make some sort of a bent art how I feel about this character for a person who won the charity auction from last year. And also it was some sort of experimentation with lighting. I kinda happy with the results. It's not a very simplistic one, but I like how the hair was, the final result. Which, after all this, it led me to one little place, which is pretty much Resistencia Brownie. Brownie? No, it's not a food. Hello, Shame Stream. And what I started to do here. Sorry, I kinda messed up here. PoniesOnline panel. That was pretty much when I joined Resistencia Brownie by about a half year, which I saw the main OC, and I love it. You know, some sort of a gaucho kind of feeling for people who doesn't know. The gaucho pretty much are the cowboys from Argentina, which is a country in South America for people who are not very, you know, who like geography. But I love her design, and during that time there was a big competition of soccer, of football, depending on where you come from, which was the Copa America, which is the biggest soccer tournament on all Latin America, with Argentina won the competition. So to celebrate all that, I did that some sort of a it's some sort of a, how can I say, a gift that I give out of nowhere. Nobody asked for it. Pretty much I was pretty much unknown, and I want to show this was my introduction more or less to Resistencia Brownie. So here we go. So yep, after that, that's where many people actually like it a lot. They upload the video to the homepage of Resistencia Brownie, who have a very good reception, and I actually love all that. So thanks, guys, for everything. Thank you, everyone, for especially to Kevin, Sekim, Fede, Legoshi, all of them. They are all amazing. And the voice actress for this Sunny animation, this character called Sunrise, she's called Sunrise 7, but we call her Sunny until we saw the G5 that pretty much the main character was called Sunny, so we changed the name more or less. And well, the voice actress, her name is Rocio Violeta, she have a Twitter page and everything. She's a very good artist, and she's a very good voice actor, so thanks to her also. And then, as a big surprise, that sadly I couldn't finish properly, but I did some sort of introduction. I sorry for the musician because I actually found a rock cover of the introduction of My Little Pony. That I wanted to finish this by December. Sadly, I couldn't, but I did my best to recreate the My Little Pony G4 the animation intro sequence with our characters, with all the characters I show you here, with my version of the main six. Like if the story is about Sunrise, which is the town of Argentum, which is a parody of Argentina, and then pretty much I tried to fit with all the characters that I made. Here we go.
Había una vez una joven pony llamada Sunrise Haven, que con la bendición de la princesa Twilight viajó al pueblo de Argentum. Esta es su historia.
So well, that was many of the stuff I did for the running community. I started way too late, sadly, but I want to make sure that maybe it's right now I'm pretty much some random animator guy who's just starting out of nowhere. But I wish if everything goes okay, I want to be part when the C5 comes around and to give my little taste or to my style to the new generation. And right now, what I'm going to do, if anyone who want to say something, yeah, it's okay. I want to just animate a little bit, maybe nothing too complicated, something like really simple. But I want to show some sort of a small animation. I in this Flash file, I pretty much sorry about that. Some characters that from all these places, for example, Pixar and all upon. Then we have Legoshi and Paul, which is my character. Ryuko Pop from Seki, which is talking is Kirin here, and Kevin, Stan Shoe Staring. And I want to make something like kind of simple, no, nothing too complicated, nothing like will just make my brain explode. It might not be a complete animation, more like some sort of a effects kind of stuff, but just to show a little bit of a process how I make this kind of stuff. For any professional Flash animator who are there, sorry if you had to see this. I know that I still have a lot to practice, but I'm going to do my best. If anyone want to say something or write something in the chat, go ahead. I'm going to make a small animation about maybe Pixel, who in this particular case, she, in this case, she has an animation already done, which is the animation that I made for the banner for last year, which is just reading, looking to the camera. Of course, when I said played here on Flash, it's going to work very slow. But can you see here? I'm just going to show just a little thing about an effects, some quick effects. Um, Hola, Lucas Espinola 123. ¿Por qué quedaba tan grande? Whoops. Whoops. Nice. Also, if anyone's interested, I know if you can hear the music, it's also composed by me years ago. The whole soundtrack is on my YouTube channel too. There are some songs that maybe have some sort of mistakes. I'm not so proud about that, but I did my best. So, hola, Roller. Here, and we move her here. Turn up. Too much, I don't like it. Or maybe like that, a little test. Might not be that much, but to be done like in 10 minutes, maybe, with an already done animation, just to show some sort of the way I try to make these characters to feel alive somehow. Whoops. My bad. Y esto se llama cagarla completamente. So this as you see here, this is what you're going to see on screen. Something very simple, nothing to say about that. And now that we have the flash file, I'm going to input this and this raw animation, you want to call it like that, and maybe do some conversion to flash to video. Okay. Hello, come on.
Yeah.
No, I was speaking to the Twitter program.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay, man. Okay, this should not happen this way. Oh, there it is. So yep, that's the simple animation that I just did recently. Pretty much the animation was already done in this case, but it kinda works as sort of a advertising more or less. And now that I have maybe she drank a lot of cola again. And now just to make a little thing, I'm going to save this in a just to make sure do not make any kind of mistakes. And now that I
10
have
minutes left.
alright, I'm going to do something simple, and I want to give a gift. Might not be that much, but to my good friend Seki, and I'm going to do the same thing with his OC. Bien, boludo. No. And we are going to just add a little animation, not too much because there's not enough time to the little recap up. What? Perdón, sé que me está quedando de arpio ahora, hasta que acomode los ojos. What?
We have 5 minutes left.
5 minutes? Alright.
Yes.
Oh, what? Yeah, that's a little 3D animation, not too much. We propose the queuing for Lanza. And now, if the render doesn't do anything wrong, panel 2, audio, final esta vez. Tadam. Oh, do you like that LC Resistencia Brownie? Do you like it? Okay, and now the final results, which may not be the best animation ever, but it kinda works. So, for you, Seki. Well, that was a small demonstration about what I'm going to do with my animation, my style and everything. So I think that's over right now.
We have
How much?
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Well, do you want to say something, Shoris, about this?
No.
Nope.
Oh hey, good beer.
Hmm?
Hey,
Hey.
Hey.
yay, I'm sorry, just send a response on the text real quick.
Let's see. I'm going to see if I have something to show. Well, I'm out of words, so I don't know. Well, I think that I can show this little trailer that I did years ago of this Grimdark project. Maybe a little there.
Friendship is not as magical as it seems. It's a bent of the seas
Alright,
that
awesome.
make us all
Put
dependable
you
on
in the
other
server.
life forms. Both humans and ponies are under the influence of
Alright, I have 1 minute till my
curse,
turn to start,
but
so.
I will bring the
How do I stream? Hold on 1 second, I'll be right back.
What was that? Where am I? Trixie? Are you there? Storm? Shall we become part of the second Crystal Empire?
No! How can I protect Equestria in these dark times? How can I fight against an enemy who wants to destroy the concept of friendship? Looks like I have no other choice. It's my duty after all.
So yeah, your panel is done now.
I have to protect
Or
not
something.
only Equestria,
Yeah, just let's finish this and it will be over. 1 minute.